Finally. All right. Hello, everybody. It's Kyle Parker back at it again with another YouTube video. As you can see, I finally got myself some water. I had to wait a whole week. Took me like a whole week to get it, but yeah, here we are. Oh wait, that's right. I kind of forgot why I was here. Yeah, I'm here for another album review. Yeah, so I guess let's just do that too, or something. We are reviewing Sanctuary by Evanescence, the newest album. It came out a couple weeks ago, earlier this month. Let's just get into it then, I guess. So, starting off, I really liked a lot of the synthy sounds, and especially just at the beginning of the song. I think it was called Beautiful Lie or something. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on. And Amy Lee, as always, just sounds amazing. She's a great vocalist. She's one of my favorites. The production overall is really good. You can hear every detail that's in there. You can kind of hear all those vocal harmonies. The guitar tones sound very modern, but it just really works super well. The bass tones, really cool. The breakdowns in it are kind of sick. There are times where I did kind of think that, Amy was going to do some like screaming parts in it, but I don't really know if that's necessary. That would necessarily be the vibe. I kind of felt like it wasn't totally necessary. It was just the way the breakdown felt for me. As an album, it feels very different from their early works, especially with Fallen. Fallen had a lot more of a nu metal-ish kind of sound. I mean, that was just what it was. That was a product of the time. That was when nu metal was really huge. And in this new album, it kind of feels a lot more of a straight, like a little bit more of a gothic kind of sound. Still the goth metal kind of thing. In some parts, it kind of reminds me of other groups, kind of like Lacuna Coil, for example. I also love a lot of the piano parts that, come in, and those piano parts sound really sick. I mean, there was quite a few times where there's a soft pedal engaged in there that kind of acts as like a filter kind of deal, but it just hits really hard. It's a really good intro in some parts. And the orchestra sound also kind of worked to reinforce that gothic kind of sound. There's even one song I really, really liked off of the album was How Do I Heal? How Do I Heal reminds me a lot of My Immortal, and especially just with the lyrics, the vocals, and just how raw it felt. Especially just the way it kind of starts off with just piano and vocals, and then eventually just those other accompaniments, just those orchestral parts come in, and it's all kind of it kind of adds to that extra oomph factor. And it's like, and this especially with the song being about how to move on from this one person in their life that may have hurt them, or maybe someone that, well, is no longer with us in the real world. It just those extra layers that come in feel more like in the story how the main character is just is able to move on past those traumas and those issues. I also really liked About Us. About Us has a cool bass part, and I kind of like the groove that they put in there. And then there's all these other industrial sounding textures. Then there's another song called Calm Down, which I've been getting into this other group, getting into Nine Inch Nails lately. And when I listened to Calm Down, it reminded me a lot of Reptile from the Downward Spiral LP. And I just really liked the fact that, while they're still sticking with this gothic sound, that they're able to kind of explore all these different genres too, and taking all these other influences, taking a little bit of like some of those Trent Reznor-esque kind of influences. I also really liked Self-Destruct, just the way it builds up to that breakdown. I mean, it works exceptionally well. I do feel like the breakdown probably could have lasted a little bit longer. That's just me. And then it could have just lasted a little longer, but then go right back into that main melody or reprise. One other thing I will say, I think the song Forever Without You is a nice song. However, I felt that it wasn't totally necessary, because stylistically, or in terms of just the dynamics and the way that the song is written, it does feel has a little bit of a My Immortal-esque feel, where it feels a little bit more stripped back. but I felt that How Do I Heal was the better song, and I felt that that one had a way better build-up, and I think they could have probably maybe either moved Forever Without You to a different point, either on a different point of the album or maybe just omitted it. I think the former probably would be a little better. Wide Open Heart also kind of has some pretty cool stuff for. I mean, there's like a whole 6/8 feel underlying the whole song. That's basically just this whole waltz whimsical kind of feel in a way. I think the album has great production and songwriting, especially in the orchestral and the vocal department. Didn't think the song Forever Without You was totally necessary, or maybe they could have placed it at a different point in the album, but otherwise I think it is a really solid album. How Do I Heal is easily my favorite on this album. And if I had to give it a ranking, I would have to give, I'm feeling like a good 8.9 out of 10. I think that's a really appropriate ranking. I still like Fallen a little bit more, probably actually a lot more, I would say. But it's still a great album. I think everyone should listen to Sanctuary a little bit. It's great. Anyway, that's the end of this review. Hope y'all enjoyed this, or not. I don't really give a shit. Yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna go enjoy my water, and I'm gonna go probably like browse the internet or something. I don't know what kids do these days. I don't know. I'm not even that old. All right, I'm ending the video now. Bye.